Now let's talk about these scallops because they are beauties. Are these U8s, U10s?
That is a U10 scallop.
Okay.
It's almost always I'm able to source from the Barnegat Light area, New Jersey, Cape May, the Atlantic Shores. These are local
It's my neck of the
diver
woods.
scallops. And
They really are gorgeous.
they are gorgeous, and they're produced. They're performing well, and I say that what that means is a little tip and technique of this. If you ever get a scallop and it has a little milky substance in the container, it's not a true dry scallop. Something's compromised it, either, I hate to say chemical, but something's compromised it, and then it is not a true dry scallop. When you get a true dry scallop, you will see that it will caramelize, and I hope to God on the show that these caramelize well. And
so how are we going to season the scallops? Anything in particular? Just some salt and
salt,
pepper?
black pepper, no other seasoning.
No
We've got
necessary.
a pan working well right there.
So what's the secret to getting that caramelization on a scallop?
Patience. Period. Great question. Patience.
That was a very quick answer too.
Hot pan, oil, steel pan, the right tool. Cast iron works, steel pan works. Copper doesn't really pan sear very well.
Really? Interesting.
No, it doesn't. In fact, copper doesn't perform well at high heat.
Okay.
Copper performs well at a medium to high heat because it conducts. It's as hot here on the edge of a copper as it is right there on that flame. That's the beauty of cooking with copper.
Nice and even.
Particularly with sauces and stocks.
Okay.
Those, it is very even. Good steel pan and patience.
All right.
So if we go.
So you want to hear that sizzle.
You want to hear that sizzle. I'm going to work that just a little bit, and you'll see. And another thing, don't overcrowd the pan.
Okay. Don't squeeze too many in there.
Don't try to jam them in because they will sweat themselves, and that'll inhibit the browning of it that's going on.
Okay. That's a good tip.
All right, so let that go. We're gonna play the plate just a little bit. Oh, these are good. Taste one. Oh yeah. That worked well. All right. So now.
They're nutty. Butternut squash carpaccio. Where did you get the idea for something like this?
You know, one of my guys was messing around with it. He's thinking, how do we use butternut squash? And it's seasonal at that time. And what can we do to, you know, just cubes or puree or boiled or, and so we just came up with the vision of the plate first, and then how do you make that come to reality?
Such a beautiful color.
So it is a great color. And the less we can do with it, the better off it is. Where are those croutons? We still burning?
Right over there.
Oh, good.
I took them out, don't worry.
Good. So the less we can do with it, the better off it is. Patience. don't try to turn those too quick.
I won't. So you don't want to move them once you put them in the pan?
No, you don't. You don't want to move them.
Okay.
And then, so we'll do a descending size drops.
Nice. And what great color. I mean, the butternut squash, but then this cherry puree is beautiful.
And, you know, it's so good.
Yeah.
When you get that richness of that scallop, and you get that. And again, this is simple stuff. This is not rocket science. This is a squirt bottle and stuff.
Right.
You know, so you can do this at home. You can, if you care to, or you can zigzag, or you can squirrel, you can do whatever you want. You can go Jackson Pollock on that thing and just splash all sorts of colors, and that's good. You see the edge on that that's occurring?
Yeah, you can start to see them caramelize.
And we will take a peek. And I think it's too soon, but I'll show you what too soon looks like. See that?
Not quite there yet.
Too soon.
Okay.
Be patient. We could crank it up a little bit if we want, but I let it just go.
Okay.
This, I brown them on both sides. Browning them on both sides, it is completely done when it's brown on the second side.
All right, so you like them to be
opaque
fully cooked in the center?
Well, no, opaque. So
okay.
it's medium.
Okay, perfect.
I mean, something to that effect.
Now, what is this? Because I've been
This-
looking at this the entire time we've been shooting. and
This is
I'm
the
so
secret ingredient.
intrigued.
This is something that we just keep around, and we just call it green oil.
Okay.
So anything that we might have as an ingredient that's green, we might have spinach or watercress or scallion or parsley or remnants of all of those, and then we'll just make a green oil. And quite simply, that's just
Kind of just for
to
color.
color the plate.
How do you make that?
Blanch and shock anything green. So steam it or boil it, drain
Quickly.
it, shock it in ice water. Don't let it sit forever. Just
Okay.
really quick shock, like a minute, and squeeze it out. Put it in a blender with some regular, as neutral a vegetable
All
oil
right.
as you have. You want to turn those?
Sure.
I'm going to tell you they're perfect.
Let's see.
You tell me. Patient? I like it. That's
I like it.
pan-seared scallops. That's it. So, if we were in the restaurant, we would move a lot faster. But I want to show that anybody can do my cooking.
For sure.
The word on the street is that I've got a great knack with seafood. I always have. I've been doing this a long time. My passion for freshness, my passion for creativity in seafood, and in a simplistic way. So in reality, it's squash, cornbread crouton, some cherry jam, and scallop. We're done.
Simple.
It is pretty simple. So if we take that, and we'll maybe just put a sage leaf there,
It's like
and we might put a sage leaf over here,
painting.
and
really a work of art.
we're almost there. We'll take a couple down here, why not? And as you eat the dish, you'll then say, wow, I found it, and it tastes good. And then don't forget our textural seeds. And you don't have to get all exact on it. So I just like,
Scatter them around.
and these are good, because you'll find this in a forkful, and you go, ooh, that'll work. I'm going to take the scallops.
Okay.
And
Scallops are beautiful.
They are. You did a great job. And you were patient enough. Now, that is a really nice portion.
It's a very nice portion.
That's good. I covered up the carpaccio just a little bit.
Just a little more of that green oil.
We'll give you a little bit of the green oil in there, and that can go in a squirt bottle too.
Okay.
Or it can just
add that pop
abstract.
of green.
We can just do it right around, and that's people. And it tastes good. It's appropriate. It's not just for color. It's got a little bit of the
sort of herbaceousness.
It does. It has some character to it, so that is good. So that is the pan-seared sea scallops with the butternut squash carpaccio.
Gorgeous.